So today we are here to talk about why you should be a villain to reach your goals. Or like some people would say, to reach your full potential. A few weeks ago, when I more or less first started about thinking to make these videos, I laid down in my bed. I couldn't sleep, it was late night, and before I discovered some YouTube playlists about villain music. I don't know if you ever saw this kind of playlist, but sometimes they just pop out from nothing, from the void more or less. They are called something like you're a 18 or 1900th century villain and this is your music, or the moment you realized you're not supposed to change or to save the world but to destroy it. Some videos like that. Maybe you listened to some of these playlists. Anyway, when I watched this or let's say when I listened to this music, and at this night I somehow really liked it, and it's actually just classical music but with some touch of dark, I guess. And when I was scrolling through the comments and listening to it, and at some point it just flashed me. So maybe this whole idea, the statement that I did for this video and the title is maybe really strange, and you think, what are you talking about? And maybe you just clicked on it because you think it's so weird that it can't be true or anything. But yeah, hear me out. The point that I thought about was sometimes you have way more time, focus, energy, whatever you need, if you would just act like someone who has maybe no friends, even if this sounds really sad in the first moment. I think more about it than a villain is doing what he really wants. And a supervillain often, of course, is helping people, is saving the world and defeating supervillains, obviously, normally. And I'm not talking here about like doing bad things or destroying the nature or the citizens or anything that harms other people, of course. But the poorly doing part of it, like being isolated for some amount of time, focusing so hard on your actual goal, whatever it is, in case it doesn't harm anybody, of course, is really powerful. And a supervillain normally has no freaking time to do anything he wants, besides he really just wants to help people, what is a really nice thing. But maybe if we can just take this picture of villain and hero and set it more like in a daily setup instead of like a comic or movie thing, then maybe you understand what I'm trying to say here. Superman is like every minute of his day when he's not sleeping, and sometimes even then, someone calls him like, Superman, can you help me save this cat or chase this bad evil guy or whatever. And he really never gets like a minute to pause and do something he would like enjoy besides his quote-unquote job. And a supervillain, you never see him. Like, he is hidden in some underground base or in a tunnel or in a freaking big tower no one wonders about for some reason. And it's just day by day grinding for whatever he wants. And like I said again, of course I don't want that you focus on using this power to do something really bad. Of course, that's not the point here, just to make this clear. But let's say you want a healthier and better body, or you need like a eating routine, or a sleeping routine, a work routine, or you just want to like effortless grinding on your business or on, I don't know, esports career or whatever it is. I don't really care, because everybody has so different goals he want to achieve, he or she. Anyway, I think it would be way easier if you just isolate you for some time. That doesn't mean you should ignore your family and friends, and maybe you have a partner, or wife or husband or whatever. I don't mean like isolate you so hard that you will never ever talk to someone again. That's not the point, and a lot of success also often comes with connecting to people, so this is really important part. But to start something newly maybe, or you already started but you have the feeling like you need some power boost for a while. Maybe it's just for 2 or 3 months, or maybe even 1 month, or you just need to grind like hell for 2 weeks, but then you actually can use this time completely for your own. Nobody is distracting you, you don't go to parties or whatever it is, and you see a result after a few weeks that brings your idea you're working on so far ahead that I think sometimes it's totally worth it to act like a villain that works on his plans 24/7, and then on some point in the story he is going out and saying, man, I don't know what they're doing. What villains are doing, you know what I mean. Yeah, so at some point obviously you need to go out and be under people, bring your idea to life, but the backbone of an idea is often created in silence, actually. And I think this is so important because so much people, including myself, struggling not with the going out and telling people about it or trying to bring it to life part, but I also struggle with this grinding in silence, sitting at your desk, or even like going to the gym for your own can be so boring sometimes that you just don't do it, and instead you order pizza deliveries at a pizza delivery service and watching the next new Netflix movie that is like every other Netflix movie. Not saying that these are bad, but just saying that sometimes we just search for excuses. But I think this is another topic for another video. So focusing on grinding in silence is hard because, of course, you're all alone, and it often feels really kinda useless, to be honest, because you think, oh man, what I'm doing here? I'm sitting alone in my room and trying to accomplish something, but nobody cares. And yes, I mean, of course nobody cares because nobody yet knows about it, but if you do really good work for a few weeks, months, years, whatever, then you can actually go out, bring it under the people way better because you have a really crazy backbone. This sounds stupid, but I think you know what I mean. So I hope this made some sense for you, and maybe even this helped someone. I hope so, at least. I should stop saying so much I need to cut out all this stuff and post. Oh man, it's really nice to make these videos now. It's the second one, and yeah, I really need to grind these videos in silence here in my room, all by me, but maybe it reaches some people. So yeah, I hope that you find something for you can also work on. And just one last thing, maybe if you did the work and you worked on something and you put in the hours and you think after all this work, shit, that's not good enough to publish, just do it anyway, because I think often we see our own work so much, like 1,000 times you watched your video or your song you created or whatever it is, that you really start to it's just, I know this already. Of course you heard it like 1,000 times, but other people who never heard it before will love it. Trust me. So just go for it. And even if it's not that good, it will be fine. You do new work and it will be better and better. But for all of this, you need to act like a villain, get isolated, work on your world domination plan, and then and then I think your life can change in a really good way. Okay, so that's for it today. Whatever you do now, I wish you good luck on that and a nice time. See you next time. Bye bye.